All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Group Chart Analysis. It is Wednesday. Say Wednesday. Wednesday. Yep, Wednesday, September 12th, 2018. Last night was definitely interesting. Some of the pairs we were looking at shot up again, and some of the pairs we had also played out the right way. So what did UJ do? If you guys played UJ last night, the thing was it was supposed to break that 15-minute water and shoot down towards that Mayo, which it did. So if you sold it around here, which technically it was like around here, we were looking for that pullback and then that drop, which it ultimately dropped down. So that's what we were looking for last night. UJ dropped. I don't think we were looking for anything on GJ at least. It was just going to be consolidated over until it hit it, unless it was going to pull back just the same. EA. This is the reason why I didn't see EA last night, but this played out perfectly. This is why I tell you guys to wait until it breaks the water, because this is literally what it did. It came through right here, broke that shit, broke the water. What's the draw? Consolidate it back to it, and then drop back down again right to the next towards the next EMA. This could easily be a pullback. We'll be probably seeing it come back down again to retest this low. If it breaks it, it's going to continue down. If it doesn't,
got pretty big news in 30 minutes.
Yeah, I see that. That's why I'm just waiting. We'll see how everything goes, though. We'll look at the technicals of it, and then we'll see what it does live. All right, so EU. So if you guys don't remember from the beginning of the week, and I even said it last night too, that EU is in a fringe. So it could go up or down. Was rewatching it, and the thing is it was in between this supply and demand zone and this supply and demand zone, and the EMAs are really tight. So being in the middle of this is not necessarily the best thing to be in. So you normally should wait for breaking the highs and then or selling high and buying low. It shot up last night. It wicked off of that zone. Not necessarily. I would tell you guys to start looking for the reversal patterns. It could happen, but it's still too early to tell. The only thing that I have that can possibly let me think that this thing could drop tonight is the fact that it did not take out that supply and demand zone and it's still low. I think we were looking for it to come up to this part, but not entirely sure how high it was going to go. This thing could easily just drop right back down again. It's still, like I said, too early to tell. Let me look at the 15-minute. So it's not necessarily divergent. It's divergent on the 15-minute, but it's not like anything crazy. All I can say is that if it does this, so you're going to wait for this thing to shoot up again, right? The best situation for this is to come up, retest that high again, come close to it, or just inside this, supply and demand zone. And if it does not break it, we're going to be looking for the sell back down toward this supply and demand zone, okay? That's if it doesn't crack that top. Now, if it gets up to it like this, shoots up, and you notice price consolidating inside of the supply and demand zone, that's going to be an indication to continue up, all right? So if price is like inside of the zone, look for the continuation up. If price wicks off of it, like 1, 2, 3 candles, we'll be looking for the sell back down because it is Wednesday. Wednesday, Thursdays are midweek reversal days, so technically today on the chart is Thursday. This could be the reversal day, and then it continues out all the way back down to the low until Friday. This could be a 2-day swing trade depending on how it sets up, but we'll see how everything goes. Right now, the 4-hour, it's above the stationary inside of the volatility band, so it could mean continuation up. Let me fix this. I don't want to move this. There's the hour. What the? Whoops. Ooh, thanks. It is on the overbought zone. If you guys see here, look. 1, 2, 3 times it hit that pre-overbought zone, and each time so far within the fringe, it has dropped. Every time. All right. The only thing that could make this thing not drop is if there's more news and it shoots up into this zone above this line and it continues up. If that happens, we look for that buy. pretty much what I'm saying is nobody's playing this pair until it gets into the zone. Wait for it to shoot up. Because right now you're guessing. You don't need to take it to that point, but just wait for it to shoot up, see what it does. It's either going to be a continuation up to the next level, which is about here, or it's going to shoot all the way back down towards that low. Which, from the higher time frame perspective, guys, we're looking at the weekly. I had this thing overall dropping because of the setup, but it all depends. This monthly is showing signs of it possibly going back up. This could have just been an extended stop hunt on that massive head and shoulders that we're looking at, but we'll see how it all plays out. We'll go with the flow and then go from there. But short term, that's what we're looking for. GU, this thing went up, didn't really hit that line from the yesterday, but it did not take it out as well. So it's getting ready for something. This could be a move to go back down as well. It's still maintaining that channel that it's in. Let me delete this. What I'm going to do, take this. There's the trend line for later tonight. If price comes down, retests it, it'll shoot up. If it shoots up and it doesn't take out this high, it'll be a sell, right? If it consolidates like this, shoots beneath the trend line, then you'll be looking for the pullback for it to drop down. All right, so it's kind of the same situation as EU. Obviously, the candlesticks are a little bit different, but ultimately what I want you guys doing is waiting for this thing to stop on a little high, retest that zone from yesterday, see what it does, see if it wicks, and if it wicks, we'll probably be looking for this thing to take a nice little drop back down. Because this is also within the fringe. If you look at the 4 hour, well, it's not within a fringe, but it's technically still going up, but it formed a new high. I want to see a nice pullback, and if this pullback goes, it could break that low and go all the way back down towards this trend line. You guys are seeing this. This is good easily, because it formed a new high, this could easily stop at high one more time and then drop all the way back down to retest this trend line again. And either break it and then drop, or bounce off of it and continue. So we'll see how that all plays out. AUD USD. Now, overall, from here on the daily, what I was saying yesterday, it looked like it was a continuation. Now, I was possibly looking for this thing to be a reversal. It was due for a reversal. It was divergent here on the 4 hour, if you guys see. It was slightly going up on the RSI, and then on the candlesticks, it was going down. It's been divergent technically since 4 or 5 weeks ago, but it finally decided to shoot up. It's over the water. What I'm expecting on this one is a continuation shot up because of how high it is. Look at this. Right now it's outside the volatility band, leaving me to believe it could consolidate back down towards this way and then continue up. Right? So that's on the 4 hour. Daily is looking like it's going to be a shot back up at least towards that blue, towards the water. So we'll be waiting on that. Let me see the hour. The hour is it's completely above the Mayo. So when this normally happens is it will consolidate like this and then most likely continue up, especially since it took out these highs and the news was very strong. So we'll possibly be looking for this thing to be a buy, which means that if this is going to be a buy, that AUD news should shoot this thing upwards, hence making EA and GA drop. We'll be going over EA, but EA had a perfect reversal yesterday. Broke the water, retested it, and then it continued the drop. So we'll be waiting for this pair to make its move, and there's news on AUD in 15 minutes. So if you're seeing the recording, you're going to make your move based off of what happens here. If AUD, so this is a good way to look at it. Whatever happens to AU tonight, you can make a very clear guess, or I would say a very clear prediction on what's going to happen with the Euro USD. So if AU rises, you might see EU rise tonight. If it drops, you might see EU drop tonight. So, I see this thing continuing, especially after that big reversal. It was due for one, the weekly. It's going to go up a few candles before it decides to consider another drop. So we'll be seeing this thing shoot up just a little bit more and then possibly drop back down after it hits that 144 in the hour. Let's see. Let's see. So yeah, look for a continuation shot. Let me look at EU again. EU might be a continuation too, honestly, because it's not really the crazy divergent, but we'll see how it goes. All right, gold. Holy hell. Look what gold did. What do we have? We drew the trend line here yesterday. 1, 2, 1, 2 is in there. And what did it do? It broke up to that high. This is a good indication. Yes.
You gotta love that.
This is. Oh yeah, I'll be ready. I'll be down in a sec. If you see this, so if you look at gold right here, I was predicting that this thing could shoot down, but I was also very hesitant on it just because of the way it was forming. Because if this was going to shoot down, gold would have shot down around here. And the fact that it's still holding and it's still going up is letting me know that it's going to keep rising. So if you look at the RSI here, if you guys see this, it was in a squeeze for about 2 months, a nice 2 months. I could say 3, but it wasn't oversold yet. So 2 months it was in a squeeze. And now what you're seeing is that it broke out of the level on the chart here on the RSI, and you're seeing it go up like that. So what you're seeing here is literally a continuation formation on the RSI for it to completely shoot up. If this happens, you're going to see this thing shoot up towards that water on the daily, which if you go by the blue lines on the hour, that's right about here. That's up here, dude. Like, that's the continuation. All right. So from there to here, from where it's at right now to where it will be, it's about 83 pips on gold. I see this thing continuing up based off of what I'm seeing on the 4-hour. The daily looks good. So you're looking for this thing to shoot up to that water. Draw your trend lines or your take profit or whatever you want to do. You can put it at 12, 13, 5, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. So 1213.54 is what you're going to be putting that at. So I like this for the buy a lot. So if you want to look for a consolidation zone, consolidate till it hits the water and then continue up. So gold's going to be going up. That means EU, AU should be rising. I'm very confident on that. So we'll see how this goes. And this is just a technical aspect. All right. So I don't know what's happening or with the actual currency itself. It could be good, it could be bad. But if we're going off of technicals right now, what it's saying is that these pairs are going to rise. That means the AUD, the dollar, is technically going to decrease against the Australian dollar. Well, actually, the Aussie will increase. So, you Chief. So this was in a little weird situation too. It was in between the EMAs and it continued to drop. Now because of this, I'm just looking at the hour right now, and I'm gonna tell you straight up, right? You guys could actually sell this right now. I'm very confident in this pair because this continuation. Look at this RSI, just like I showed you on gold. Look at gold. Look at the daily on gold. See the RSI, how it's slowly making its way up. It's like about to come out of the volatility band towards that stationary 50 because that's where it wants to go. Well, look at the U-Chief. It's not quite oversold yet, and because it already passed the stationary 50, it wants to get oversold. This is going to be a straight drop. So if you guys want to sell this right now, fucking do it. It's gonna go down. It's gonna drop. This literally is time. Sell it. You're on here. You guys are on here. Just fucking sell it. It's literally gonna do this, right into the oversold zone, and it's gonna go down. Let's see. Let's see this. You could do there, or you can do it here. I gotta see how far it's going. I think it's gonna go down to retest, but your first take profit, if you want to be like very conservative, is 14 pips away. But I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I think this thing's gonna drop down all the way down to that low. So yeah, YouTube is gonna be dropping. Hence EU, AU will be rising. So if you guys want to look at AU again, let's take this up. Let's re-record it. Let's see if we can take a little a buy on there. See how it goes. We'll see. UCAD Drop down as expected towards that blueberry, which is nice actually. We first initially had it going towards the water when it was on the daily, and then the 4 hour of the Mayo when it was on the 4 hour, but it continued down last night and it went down, and it doesn't look like it's slowing down. I don't think it's going to be reversing anytime soon. I think this thing's going to continue down the path it's going. So you'll be seeing this thing hit the daily Mayo. The daily Mayo, daily 200 EMA, which is down by this price, so about 1.29187. So wait for this thing to consolidate, consolidate, drop. Continuation drop. UJ. We looked for this thing to drop last night, bounced off the water, went down towards the Mayo for the guaranteed, and then it hit the blueberry. It was a nice pullback. News shot it up. Well, damn, was it just JPY news? Maybe. Look at this 15 minute. Yeah, there was some sort of news or some shit. This is a double hit off of the Mayo. Seems like it's going to keep going right back up. Right off the water. It's in a weird situation too, because if you look at the daily, man, I just don't like this daily. Dude, like a railroad at the top there. It's weird. This is a weird situation right now with this pair. It's either going to do this, consolidate on the Mayo and then rise up towards that trend line or this high, or it's going to shoot up a little bit more, consolidate, and then drop back down, because technically now this is the new low compared to this low. It was a head and shoulders, left shoulder, head, and this one is a right shoulder essentially. Drop, took out the low, pull back to the upside, right? This is the pullback, first lower high of the new downtrend as we see here, right? Lower high, consolidation, possible drop, right? That's one thing. So you guys wanted to draw like, short, you could do this. Could shoot up to that zone up there and then drop. We'll just have to keep our eyes on it, so we'll wait on that. Same thing with GJ. Didn't take out that high. It wicked earlier this week, but nothing crazy. I think this thing could be taking a nice dip down. Another 15 minute. It's in a weird spot. Because it's like consolidating, like it's going to be a continued rise like this, like a ascending triangle. Right there. All right, so I think it's going to be inside of this triangle until it gets to the end. So GJ might just do something like this. And it's going to go boom, boom that way or this way. We'll see how it goes, but just draw your trend lines on this and then just see how it reacts off of it. Obviously, like I just said, if it breaks that top trend line, it's going to be an up. If it breaks the lower, it's going to drop. So now it's all waiting game. EA. So we have news in 6 minutes on EA. So if I'm right, EA is going to drop, AU is going to rise, GA is going to drop. That was a nice fucking engulfing pattern on the daily, which is huge. Shark fin, blood in the water, overbought. I like that. 4 hour. It took out that it's below the stationary, or it's out of the volatility band. This is telling me a continued drop. Even though I didn't take it out, what I was telling you guys before is if it wants to do anything, it might go up and then drop. So we're going to be looking for sells on EA. It broke that water last night, came back, retested it, and then dropped again for a continuation right back down. So I believe from what I'm looking at right here, continuation drop on EA, bounce off that water, and it's going to go back down. So look for sells on EA. GA should look exactly the same. I didn't even look at the pairs last night. It did it. It broke the water. Didn't retest as nicely as EA did, but it still dropped. Move this out of the way. So I believe this is going to be a continuation. The RSI looks exactly the same as a continuation drop. It's outside the volatility band. On the 4-hour, the 15-minute is in a squeeze. So I think what's going to happen is this. We're going to see it drop. And we'll go from there. We'll see how this goes. But I'm predicting EA, GA resells, and then G Chief. Let's see. One moment. Okay. So G Chief had a crazy reversal 1, 2, 3 days ago. And I still have this thing continuing up. So this is all pullback, continuation up, guys, on G Chief. This is going to happen. That's what I'm seeing. And the biggest reason I say that's going to do that is because on the daily, look at the RSI. It was down below. It was divergent. It came outside the volatility band right there. It's above. No signs of it going back down. Why? Because it wants to hit the stationary 50. It wants to go up and hit that water, which is also the trend line. You guys see that? It's also the trend line. The water is right there. So, possible stop hunt low, rise. You're looking for a buy on GG. That's that. That's pretty much tonight. I mean, the most you might see on this, if the worst case scenario, it drops down towards the Mayo, hits the Mayo, and then rises. But I do expect this thing to rise. I think you can draw some trend lines here. So do this. From the top here. Come on. There. Should we draw this to right there? So we'll see how this goes. I think it could drop a little bit more, which if this does drop like that, it's actually going to be like directly lined up with this low. So it could drop down to there and then rise up. All right, so with that being said, let's kind of go into what's going to be happening because there's AUD news in 2 minutes. Is anybody active right now on any of them? Because we're going to sit here and I'm going to watch it live. I believe these things are going to shoot up. What?
I said I hopped in on AU.
Nice. Yeah, so we'll be seeing how these play out. If you guys want to look for a take profit, be like up to here. This is the 15-minute. Hold on. Load. If my screen freezes, guys, that means there's going to be big movement. So I'm going to look at my charts real quick. All right. Let's see. You can either look at the high up here, or you can do here. Right there. All right. So either 0.72090 or 0.72335. All right, so we got about 40 seconds. We'll see how this goes. Trade at your own risk, by the way. I'm just saying from what I'm seeing here, this is what it's telling me. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, I'm right. Let's see. 30 seconds. $20, $17. All right, I gotta look at my phone because this shit's about to move up. I'm looking at AU, by the way, so. Here we go. Here we go. Fuck yes. Fuck yes. That means EA is dropping too. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Who took it? I know Zachariah is probably like, yes.
Yeah. I threw a lot on it. I didn't have the margins for the EA or GA though.
It don't matter. You got
That was
AU.
you, I heard.
Look at that shit go. Good stuff. No, that's what we had in with Ken. That's 2 days. Sweet deal. Did anybody else trade besides Zachariah?
Nah, I traded. I got EA.
You sold it?
Yeah, how long
Yeah,
you
I
think
made
it'll
130, bro.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's fucking go.
Man, next time I'm putting
Yeah,
up
careful if you guys are gonna hold that. I'll shine off.
Someone's
Here and drop it, pull it.
Hey, EA's dropping towards the.
Real talk.
It's gonna break. It's already breaking it. This thing's going down towards that hour blueberry. Well, that's too far, but if you want a safe zone for that pair would be around. I mean, it's hitting now, but you can look at 1.61299. That's the most recent support.
Start, Tiffany. All right.
See, this is why.
Bye.
Sweet deal. All right, guys. Well, keep your eyes on the pairs. If you guys put your take profits go good.
No,
If you are
yeah,
in profit still and you haven't had your take profit hit,
Yeah.
move your stop losses, guys, to break even. Like just do that right now. God forbid. But put your stop losses at break even. Let them sit there and keep watching. All right. Glad you guys made some money, wrecked out, and we'll be back for tomorrow. So guess what? Oh, AU moved like this. So what does that mean for EU? Anybody?
We just about to shoot up too.
There you go. So now you have an idea of what to look for. So if you understand that AU shot up, EU is going to keep shooting up too. So we're going to need to see a possible retracement down tonight with a buy-in. EU would be a buy, GU would be a buy, and you guys are looking at gold too. All four of these pairs are going to be rising tonight. EU, let me look at EU. My screen's still frozen. So it's forming this pattern now. It might go up and then kind of pull back tonight, but we're going to be overall looking for buys. So, damn, nice EU. I fucking love this. All right, guys. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Back out. Peace out.